As the sun began to dip below the horizon, casting hues of pink and orange across the sky, Emma found herself drawn to the secluded stretch of the beach. The rhythmic sound of crashing waves soothed her soul as she walked barefoot, feeling the soft, warm sand between her toes. Her steps were deliberate, yet unhurried, her mind blissfully empty as she sought solace in the tranquil beauty of the island. Unbeknownst to her, as she wandered, she caught the attention of a mysterious figure in the distance. Alejandro, a local fisherman, had been drawn to the beach by the same magnetic pull that captivated Emma. His tall, sculpted frame moved gracefully across the sand, and the sun glinted off his tousled dark hair. When their eyes finally met, time seemed to stand still. The connection between them was instant and undeniable, sparking an inexplicable chemistry that neither of them could ignore. Alejandro's smile was playful, hinting at a hidden depth of sensuality that sent shivers down Emma's spine. Curiosity mingled with desire, and Emma found herself drawn towards Alejandro as though pulled by an invisible force. The sound of the waves seemed to amplify with each step she took, drowning out any lingering doubts in her mind. As they neared each other, their heartbeats synchronized to the rhythm of the ocean, creating a symphony of desire that neither could resist. Words were unnecessary, for their bodies spoke a language of their own. Alejandro's hand extended towards her, and Emma hesitated only for a moment before taking it, feeling the warmth of his touch. The electricity that surged between them was palpable, and they reveled in the tantalizing tension that enveloped them. Without breaking eye contact, they began to walk, slowly at first, then faster, until they were running along the water's edge, the waves splashing playfully at their feet. The laughter that bubbled from deep within Emma's soul was infectious, and Alejandro's grin widened as they let go of all inhibitions, losing themselves in the carefree joy of the moment. As the sun dipped lower, casting long shadows across the beach, they found themselves in a secluded cove. The sea breeze had picked up, carrying with it the scent of salt and adventure. Emma's heart pounded in her chest, a mixture of excitement and trepidation coursing through her veins. Alejandro's eyes never left hers as he took a step closer, closing the distance between them. He brushed a stray strand of hair away from Emma's face, his touch gentle yet filled with a raw, primal intensity. The teasing glint in his eyes sent a thrill through her, and she couldn't help but lean into his touch, craving more. Their lips met in a slow, tantalizing dance, a taste of what was to come. It was a teasing kiss, a promise of the passion that lay ahead. Emma's senses were heightened, every nerve ending on edge, as Alejandro's fingers traced a path down her arm, leaving a trail of goosebumps in their wake. Time seemed to lose all meaning as they explored each other under the fading light of the sun. The world around them ceased to exist as they surrendered to the intoxicating allure of the moment. Emma's fingers traced the contours of Alejandro's chest, her touch igniting a fire that burned hotter with each caress. With an unspoken understanding, they knew they couldn't wait any longer. The pull between them was too strong, the desire too overwhelming to resist. Without a word, Alejandro took her hand, and they hurried back towards Emma's beachside bungalow, hearts pounding in sync with each other. The walk back was both torturous and thrilling, a journey filled with stolen glances and electric touches. Every step was laden with anticipation, every passing second stretching into eternity. Emma's heart raced as she fumbled with the key to her bungalow, her fingers trembling with excitement. Once inside, the atmosphere was charged with an electricity that was almost tangible. The night had fully enveloped them, casting a seductive glow upon their entwined bodies. Emma's breath hitched as Alejandro's hands explored every inch of her, leaving a trail of kisses in their wake. The world outside faded away as they surrendered to the timeless dance of passion. Clothes were shed like a second skin, revealing the raw vulnerability and desire that had brought them together. Every touch, every kiss, every whisper was a testament to the powerful connection they shared. The hours melted into one another, a blur of pleasure and intimacy. They teased and tantalized, each moment bringing them closer to the edge of ecstasy. Emma's body trembled beneath Alejandro's skilled touch, and she lost herself in the depths of pleasure, her senses consumed by the overwhelming sensations that washed over her. As the first light of dawn began to filter through the curtains, they lay entwined in each other's arms, their bodies glistening with a sheen of sweat, and their breaths coming in ragged gasps. It was a moment frozen in time, a memory they would both carry with them forever. With a tender kiss, they parted ways, knowing that what they had shared was an ephemeral encounter, a powerful connection that transcended time and place. As Emma continued her travels, she carried with her the memory of that night, a reminder of the liberation and desire she had discovered within herself during her solitary journey. And though they may never cross paths again, the memory of that fateful encounter would forever be etched in their hearts, a tantalizing reminder of the passion that can be found in the most unexpected places. For in that fleeting moment, they had found solace in each other's arms, and the allure of their desire would linger like a sweet, lingering fragrance on the breeze of their lives.